Russia's top security official, Sergei Shoigu, has arrived in North Korea for high-level talks, according to Russian state media. On March 21st, Sergei Shoigu, Secretary of Russia's Security Council, met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to deliver a personal letter from President Vladimir Putin. Although the visit to Pyongyang lasted only 2 days, North Korea made the rare move of publicly disclosing the delivery of Putin's important letter, a clear indication of deepening trust between the two countries. The meeting lasted nearly 2 hours, and notably, he referred to the war in Ukraine as Russia's special military operation, reaffirming his unwavering support for Moscow. It was also reported that Kim expressed strong commitment to fully implement the provisions of the new North Korea-Russia treaty signed last June. This statement is widely interpreted as an intention to continue military and economic cooperation even after the war ends. Central to these developments is the Treaty on Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, signed during last year's summit in North Korea. Through this treaty, the two countries effectively elevated their relationship to the level of a military alliance. Most notably, Article 4 states that if either party is subjected to an armed aggression and enters a state of war, the other shall promptly provide military and other forms of assistance in accordance with Article 51 of the UN Charter and the laws of both countries.
О стратегическом партнерстве. Там есть статья 4. И мы нисколько никогда не сомневались, что северокорейское руководство относится к нашим договоренностям серьезно.
Earlier last month, North Korea announced that Kim Jong-un had inspected the construction site of a nuclear-powered submarine, marking the regime's first public acknowledgement of developing such a vessel. Nuclear-powered submarines are propelled by compact onboard reactors, allowing them to remain submerged for extended periods and launch stealthy nuclear strikes, earning them the nickname the ultimate nuclear weapon. For North Korea, developing such a submarine could allow it to cross the Pacific undetected and potentially launch a nuclear strike on the U.S. mainland before American forces could detect it, making it a so-called game-changing weapon system. Notably, the timing of this announcement coincided with the start of joint South Korea-U.S. military drills, prompting speculation that it was a message aimed squarely at President Donald Trump. While appearing as a strategic move to escalate threats against the U.S., it also poses a grave security threat to the Korean peninsula, as it suggests North Korean submarines could infiltrate regional waters with minimal resistance. Given that North Korea has never publicly demonstrated key technologies for a nuclear-powered submarine, such as small reactor production, reactor safety management, low-noise propulsion, and advanced hull design, some analysts speculate that assistance from Russia, which has decades of experience in nuclear reactor engineering, may have been a critical factor. Currently, only 6 countries operate nuclear-powered submarines: the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, China, and India. Given the observable progress in hull assembly, experts warn that if Russian support continues, North Korea's large-scale nuclear submarine threat could materialize within just a few years. With speculation growing that President Trump may pivot to nuclear negotiations with North Korea after brokering a ceasefire agreement in Ukraine, deepening ties between Pyongyang and Moscow are poised to further complicate security dynamics in Northeast Asia. While Russia cannot completely rule out covert technical support or indirect cooperation with North Korea, given its obligations under the NPT framework, concerns over nuclear imbalance in Asia, and the potential diplomatic friction that could arise in future efforts to improve ties with the U.S., this is an issue Russia is likely to approach with great caution. Meanwhile, the U.S. National Intelligence Agency recently warned that North Korea is prepared to conduct another nuclear test at any time. It also predicted that intercontinental ballistic missile launches would likely continue as a way to strengthen North Korea's leverage in future negotiations.
North Korea is probably prepared to conduct another nuclear test on short notice and continues to flight test its ICBMs to demonstrate their increasing capabilities as leverage in future negotiations.
The annual intelligence report also analyzed that Chairman Kim has no intention of giving up nuclear weapons through negotiations.
To bolster North Korea's leverage and stature, defend its regime, and achieve at least tacit recognition as a nuclear weapons power.
The report noted that Russia, having received support from North Korea during the war in Ukraine, is now backing Kim's ambitions to solidify its status as a nuclear-armed state, explicitly stating that Moscow is increasingly supportive of North Korea's nuclear program. It also predicted that even after the war in Ukraine ends, the close ties among North Korea, Russia, China, and Iran are unlikely to return to their pre-war conditions. As military cooperation between North Korea and Russia raises the prospect of expanding into technological partnerships, concerns are mounting that these could pose a concrete and serious threat to security in Northeast Asia. With the crisis surrounding the Korean Peninsula becoming more complex and pressing, it is time to ask how we should respond to the shifting dynamics driven by closer North Korea-Russia ties. Careful diplomacy and a robust security strategy have never been more crucial.